comes to understanding market updates, macroeconomics, and everything that has an impact on your portfolio. So without any further delay, I hand it over to him. Over to you, Prasad.
Yeah, thanks, Srini. Thanks for a nice introduction. So, good evening, all. Hope you all are safe at home. Many people are working from home and all. So, yeah, welcome to one more new session of Wealthy's Masterclass, where we help our partners with the research-backed data points, which will help them to manage their clients' queries, portfolios in a better way. Okay. So today we will be discussing. Just a second. So today we will be discussing market update, because we are getting so many queries related to markets saying that, see, right now what is happening, if you look at the market, just a second, stop sharing. So when you look at the market today, everybody is having one question. Okay, you have to understand why it is happening first. After that, after that comes how to manage clients portfolio. See, right now India is going through very bad phase. Okay, so I'll just turn off my video because it will pull a lot of what do you call, bandwidth. Okay, so see, right now everybody is having one, every investor is having one common question. Okay, what is that? India is going through a very bad phase. Okay, businesses are not happening, right? And we are seeing a lot of cases, 2 lakh, 3 lakh plus cases in the country, COVID cases. Okay, many people are not working, so many people lost job. Okay, but markets are going up. What is the reason, right? So that is the main question we will try to address today, because that is one question every investor, even I am getting a lot of call. They are experienced investors. They have seen market from last 10-15 years. Okay, we are managing their portfolio, and they are also having this question. Okay, so what is the main reason for that? Just a second. Okay. What is the main reason for that? See, you have to understand one thing in a simple layman language. Okay, I'll try to address this. Okay, so let's say you have a patient. Okay, that patient is into ICU. Okay, in that ICU, there are India's best doctors around that patient. Okay, and they are saying another 5 or 6 days we are going to take care. After that, we will discharge once everything is stabilized, right? So you have a confidence that around your patient there are so many doctors who are going to take care, and you know that your patient is going to come back to the home. So similar thing is happening with the markets. Okay, right now India is in a very very bad shape economically, and economic activities got hit, no doubt in that. Okay, but governments, RBI, global federal banks and all, they are supporting countries economic activities with a huge liquidity. Okay, they are giving cheap money to these countries. Okay, so many support they are giving when it comes to economic support. Okay, cheap money is available. Okay, loans are given to all these larger companies. Okay, loan restructure is given. Okay, again moratorium is in the news. Okay, they want to give some benefits for companies and individuals. So these are activities which are actually holding the market right now. Okay, you have to understand that. Okay, until unless government is supporting with a huge liquidity in the economy, okay, markets are not going to fall. Okay, in every dip there is a new money coming into the market which is bought at that level. If you see, just 15 days back, we were having near to 4 lakh cases in the country, right? COVID cases daily. Okay, that time, okay, there was huge buying took place at around 14,200 nifty level. So what it suggests, there is a sideline liquid money is available to deploy in the market. Okay, we will discuss some of the important data apart from these things. Okay, share. You're able to see my screen, right? guys?
Yes, Prasad.
Yeah. So let's see, we were thinking there is a huge liquidity. Okay, look at the liquidity level. Okay, in the US federal, see US, why we consider always US is considered mother of all the markets. Okay, it's a $22 trillion economy. Okay, the amount of liquidity they create in the economy, it's enormous, you cannot imagine. Okay, based on that liquidity, entire global market runs. Okay, so when we saw this last year, okay, when COVID hit, okay, so many countries went through first phase, second phase. Okay, so that is the time they increase the liquidity balance sheet. Okay, when they increase the balance sheet, what it means, they have increased the liquidity with a new additional measures. Okay, it might be market backed securities. Okay, restructuring of loans. Okay, they might have given created new loans for the banks to borrow from a central bank. Okay, this jump shows that they have almost increased their liquidity to the tune of 30%. Okay, so after that, we were thinking in the month of it ran for around let's say 4 to 5 months. And in the month of Jan, we were thinking liquidity is at a higher side now. Okay, central banks across globe, they will start curtailing this liquidity. But what is happening? You look at this. Okay, in the month of Jan also, they have created new money. Okay, almost by 10% more what they were having before. Okay, so this suggests until there is a liquidity available in the market, okay, markets are not going to fall. Okay, you have to understand that, you have to convey these messages to your clients. Okay, liquidity is supporting the market. It's like there is a patient in ICU. Okay, the best doctors available in the country is surrounding him. Okay, so you have a hope. So that is same hope market is having right now. Okay, so that one thing you have to understand, until unless there is a huge liquidity available in the market, markets are not going to fall. Okay, that is one thing for sure. And what is happening with the US number? See, US has already vaccinated 70% of their population. Okay, by now. Okay, so you look at the activities which are started in US, especially in last 3 4 months. Okay, if you look at month on month GDP data, okay, US is growing at 6.3%. Okay, for some people it might sound very small number, 6.3% GDP kya hai? Okay, but it's a $22 trillion economy. It's the largest economy in the world that is growing at 6.3. It's an enormous number, you have to understand that. Okay, because it used to grow at 2.5, 2.6, or max 3% pre-COVID level. Okay, US economy used to grow at near to 3%, but right now it is growing aggressively. The GDP growth rate of US has hit 6.3. That is why you can see the how US indexes are performing. Okay, they are making new peak at these levels as well. Okay, India is going through some rough phase due to second wave of corona. Okay, but it is not falling as people are expecting. People are thinking that it will go back to 10,000, Nifty will go back to 10,000, but it is not going to happen, trust me. Till the time liquidity is there and global markets are supporting, because how these economies are growing fast at a faster rate, because government has given a more liquid money to these people, these companies. They are expanding their business, they are doing new business, they are venturing into new business. Okay, that is the main reason why US is growing at this level. Economic activities are back to the normalcy, or you can say it is much higher than what it was before pre-COVID level. Okay, the one main reason is 70% of the US population has vaccinated. Okay, why I'm saying this, I'll tell you in the next a couple of slides. So see, everybody is thinking COVID has brought the lot of pain for economy, right? That is definitely there. But when economies are not doing, okay, especially the saving amount increases for people. Look at the major economies like Germany, US, UK, Canada. Okay, their saving rate of their total GDP is at the 12% for especially US, which is 22 trillion economy. Okay, people are saving almost 12% of their entire GDP. Okay, so that much new money is available in the sideline. They might not spend immediately, but once US is vaccinated completely and the coronavirus risk goes down in the US, this money is going to come to the market, because in US especially they invest into ETFs and equity markets, equity related products. Okay, so when that happens, okay, the market, global market is tend to inch higher side. Okay, it tends to go at a higher side, so that will have a same effect on a emerging markets as well. Okay, so right now people are sitting with a very high savings, which will eventually come back to the markets. Okay, so that we have to understand, we have to convey these messages to our clients. Okay, because this is not the time to exit any equity market. They might be having a lot of questions. Market might fall. Okay, market is not doing well. So all these they might be having doubts, but it's your responsibility to tell them what is happening in the market. Okay, so look at the commodity price movement, because I was getting a query around commodities. Okay, steel has run up quite a bit. Okay, in last 1 year, especially in last 6 months, steel indexes have almost jumped more than 100%. What is the main reason? You have to understand that. Okay, there is a huge demand for these steel companies. Okay, and the commodity prices were low before, when COVID issue started initially. Okay, after that, some of the global factors like Chinese demand was not there before for a couple of years. Okay, suddenly those activities have come back. Okay, so this is the third time in a last 50 years where 50% of the commodity prices are up by more than 50%. Okay, so what it means, if you have 100 commodities in the world, okay, 50% of the commodities price have gone up more than 50%, and this happened only third time in last 50 years. Why I'm saying this? You are getting so many queries around steel commodity funds are doing really well, we have to invest in those kind of funds now. But trust me, the way it has gone up, it has come down in a similar manner in a same period of time. Okay, so that is what I'm saying. Stay away from cyclicals. Okay, if you are getting a query around steel, okay, commodities, tell them that it has shot up aggressively and it is tend to come down in a same manner in next 1 year, 1 to 2 years. Okay, so you should be avoiding these kind of queries and telling them this happened like this. Okay, this is the third time in last 50 years where 50% of the commodity has hit more than 50%. They have gone up by more than 50%. Okay, so that is the reason you have to avoid these segments, because you will see a similar kind of correction definitely in next 1 to 2 years. You should be staying away from commodity funds, no doubt in that. Okay, so this is, see, this data is as on 2nd May. Okay, the monthly data this is. Okay, so what we were thinking, what we were trying to tell here is, see, in 2021, okay, the sky blue color, whatever it is showing, it, these districts, okay, this is a district wise map, they have passed the peak of 2021. Okay, so the yellow color is the peak is below 2020 peak. Okay, and red is they are making new peak. So these many districts were as on May 2. Okay, but now it has more of sky blue right now, but there are still red color districts where they are making new peak. Okay, so what it suggests, in the month of May, we were expecting it will shoot up by May until May end. After that, it will start going down. Right now, we are seeing the numbers, cases are going down. Okay, and many of these districts have cross the peak and we will start seeing the lower side number. Okay, that is actually positive for markets. See, markets are running on a hope. Okay, you have to understand that markets always run on a hope. They are always forward looking. Okay, what right now it is happening, that is priced into the market. Okay, they always look for a forward activities, forward events. Okay, and that event is, first of all, COVID number is coming down drastically. Okay, that is a big plus point for markets. Okay, due to slowdown, government may come out with some more packages, reliefs. Okay, so that is second point. Okay, and vaccination numbers, as we increase the vaccination, okay, it is a very, very big point, big positive point for markets. See, everybody is saying things are not happening, economic activity is down. Okay, what GST number suggest? You look at this, we have collected highest ever GST in the month of April. Definitely that is belongs to March month activities. Okay, in the month of March, whatever activities they have done, okay, March and Feb, based on that we have collected, no doubt. But what I'm saying, when this COVID, there are business activities which are taking place, okay, which is actually, if some small medium scale companies are not doing well, they are going through very bad phase. Okay, if they are going through bad phase, there are some which are very large cap companies, okay, who are market leaders, they are doing phenomenally well. Okay, that is what balancing these GST numbers. Okay, so when these small and medium scale companies also join the business activities, okay, they come to the normalcy, this number is going to much more higher. Okay, that is what market looks, it's a forward looking, that is what I'm saying. Okay, so we might see dip in May number, June number, no doubt. But what I'm saying, definitely these numbers are going to improve much better than our expectation in the next 6 months. Okay, because companies which got affected, okay, they will start operating normally once vaccination drives goes aggressively. Okay, when we see 60-70% of the population got vaccinated, okay, that is the time when these GST numbers and markets will be much higher than these levels. Okay, so definitely it doesn't mean that business are not affected. This is the Nomura India Business Redemption Index, which says that what is the activity in the country, business activities. If you look at the, it's a weekly number. Okay, if you look at the numbers, okay, in the month of April, okay, it has gone down aggressively, it's almost down by 30-35%. Okay, what it suggests, entire country level, whatever business activities are there, almost 30% of this these business activities got hit. Okay, in some companies, larger banks, they might be doing really well in this period, but there are other companies, small finance banks and all, or small business houses, they are not doing as expected. Okay, that is the main reason which says it is a drop in 30% in business activities due to this second wave lockdowns. Because this is very difficult this time, it is very difficult to gauge what is the loss on business activities, because it is not at the country level, it is not at the state level, it's at district level. In some district, activities are going as normal. In some cases it is completely shut down. In some states travel is allowed, in some states travel is banned. Okay, tourism is, some people are going for outstation and all, that is allowed in some state, in some state it is not allowed. This is the main reason why it is very difficult this time to gauge the amount of loss which economy is going through. Okay, but as per one indicator, Indian business activities are got hit by almost 30% based on Nomura Index Redemption Index. Okay, so this is one very, very important table you have to understand. Okay, why I'm saying this? See, what we just now discussed about US market, US almost vaccinated, okay, 70% of its population right now. right? So how India is going to deal with this? Okay, some people are saying India will take another 3 years to vaccinate everyone. Okay, in news channel you might have heard, in some people they might be saying that you might have heard, but trust me, do not you tell your client, do not listen to some what do you call WhatsApp news and all. You look at the data. Okay, right now we have a shortage of vaccination. Okay, but it will not remain like this. Okay, see, right now we have only two companies which are providing vaccination, Serum and Bharat Biotech, in the month of May and June. Okay, you look at the July. Okay, there is Cadillac, Cadila Healthcare is coming with their vaccine. You look at the August month. Okay, Novaxa. Okay, that is also coming. Okay, this is in millions. Okay, you look at the down number. Okay, last number. Okay, India's requirement above 18 age is, including two dose, 1.6 billion dosage we need, including two shots. Okay, for above 18 age, if you look at the month wise. Okay, so right now we have 165 million in the month of April. In the month of May, we have 260 million. In the month of June, we have 388 million. But look at after July, August, September, and October. There are so many vaccination companies coming out with their vaccines. Okay, so what is going to happen? The availability by the month of October end, 74% of Indian population above 18% will be having vaccination ready. Okay, I'm not saying people will go and take that vaccination. What I'm saying, the supply will be there for 74% people to be vaccinated. Okay, by month of by end of October 31. Okay, you have to understand that. So this is a very, very big positive news for markets. So that's what I said. Markets are always forward looking. Okay, this is one very, very important table. Okay, which says that India will be vaccinated by this year end, 18 plus age. Okay, 74% people will be vaccinated. Okay, if they want, that much supply will be available in the Indian economy. Okay, so it will be similar case to US. US has already done. We are a little bit late. We are developing nation. We don't have that much research. Okay, we are 6 months behind them. Okay, but definitely we will also make new highs by this time, similar to what US is doing. Okay. See, everybody says that we don't get a investment opportunity, right? This is very, very interesting graph which says that in last 31 years, if you look at, okay, 31 years market return. Okay, if you look at maximum drawdown value or maximum downside which market has gone, okay, the average is 21%. Okay, what it suggests, we look for 10%, 12%, 13%, 15% kind of return for our clients portfolio, but market has given minus 21% average drawdown value every year. If you look at the last 31 years returns. Okay, so why I'm saying this, you always get an opportunity for your clients portfolio to rejig in this period. Okay, every year you might see last 3 years return markets are going only up. Okay, you might think that, but every year on an average 21% negative return market has given, where you have to be very active to manage your clients portfolio. So I'll show you after this maximum drawdown, what is the average rate, what is the closing of that particular year. Okay, you look at this graph. I'll just increase the size, will be helpful for you. Okay, so look at this graph. Okay, this is the closing of that particular year. Okay, green one above this line. Okay, so every year market has given average of minus negative minus 21% drawdown value. Drawdown value is not a closing value. Okay, from it's a negative, maximum negative return it has given in a particular year. Okay, after that, the green value is at what price it has closed. Okay, so every year market gives you opportunity. It is not like that in last 2 years, last 1 year, or this year markets are at a higher level, we will not perform. That's a wrong concept. Okay, you have to be very active, and you should be choosing a systematic deployment plans for your clients. Okay, that is one thing, one approach you should follow. Okay, you will get opportunities every year, no doubt in that. Okay, so some of you might be getting queries around value funds, right? So even I was getting a lot of queries around value funds. Why? Value funds have run up quite a bit in last 6 months. Okay, in last 1 year, some of these funds have given more than 100% return. Okay, so you look at the MSCI Emerging Market Value Index. Okay, definitely this was very good opportunity in the month of September, October. Okay, but after that, what happened? These value category funds have run up quite a bit aggressively. Okay, so that is the main reason we are actually suggesting people focus on growth funds like Nifty companies. Okay, Nifty top 100 or Nifty 200 companies. These are the companies we should be taking a buying decision instead of going with a value categories or small cap categories. Okay, because in value what happens, a small cap, a value segment, they will be holding these kind of funds. It has done phenomenally well in last 1 year, but this is not the right time to invest aggressively into this segment, value segment. Okay, that is one thing you have to keep a note on. Okay, right now the Nifty companies, growth oriented companies who are leading our India's growth story and all, they are underperforming compared to other categories. Okay, so this is the phase where accumulation has to be done. Definitely this is not the stage where somebody is exiting equities. Okay, this is the phase where you accumulate equity investments. Trust me. Okay, next 1 to 2 years is going to be very, very positive for markets, at least for next 1 year for sure, till the time liquidity is high in the economy, and until US starts increasing the interest rate in the economy. Okay, markets are not going to fall aggressively from here onwards. That is the main point which you need to convey to your clients. Okay, when you are managing clients portfolio, if you want to do justice to your clients, they have to invest and accumulate in this period. If somebody wants to exit equities, this is not the right time, trust me. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you cannot do anything for your clients. Okay, you have some opportunities in the sense of there are some categories like balance advantage funds. If you are from banking background, okay, if you are coming from banking background, most of the time, okay, these banking people, they sold balance advantage and aggressive hybrid funds to their clients, saying that it's an alternative to FD. Okay, that is one segment where you can book profit and take that money back to other equity markets. Okay, trust me, balance advantage fund, it has not done anything for long term investors. It has failed to create a long term wealth for investors. Okay, but look at their returns now. Okay, they have given phenomenal return on a 3-year basis, on a 5-year basis right now, due to a recent equity rally. If you would have seen those funds just 1 year back, okay, the 3-year 5-year return was around 6%, 7%. They didn't even beat debt returns that time. Okay, so what it means, it has given a very good opportunity. Recent equity rally has given a very good opportunity for you people to book profit in these segments like balanced advantage funds, dynamic funds, and aggressive hybrid funds. Okay, these three segments you should ask your clients to book profits. Okay, this is the ideal time for them to exit these funds. Okay, so that one thing you can convey to your clients and they will be very happy to do that. Okay, so what is happening? Okay, so in last 1 year, India has got highest almost $35 billion of FII inflows. Okay, why I'm showing this? All other countries in this period, because India is considered one of the self-consuming economy. It's not like Chinese economy, which is depending on exports. Okay, India is considered whatever we manufacture, we consume. There is a huge market available for Indian economy, and we are whatever we are producing for our markets. So it's like a US market. Okay, what US was in 1960s, 1950s. Okay, India is in that stage. It's a self-reliant economy. Okay, that is the main reason in this COVID period also. Okay, people FIIs have invested aggressively in Indian markets. Okay, recently they start allocating some allocation to Brazil. Okay, so why I'm showing this data point is, okay, any re-rating of other emerging markets like Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand. Okay, the any re-rating of these countries. Okay, FII flows will start flowing to these markets. Okay, the FII flows what we are expecting to Indian market, that might go down. Okay, it is not going to be in negative. They will not remove everything from India and put it into these countries. What I'm saying is it might slow down FII flows in near future. Okay, once things stabilize in these emerging markets. Right now they are also going through rough phase, and India is the favored country. For India and Brazil are the favored countries for FII inflows, and that we expect to continue for some more time. But you need to keep a very close eye on this re-rating of other emerging markets, because some of these inflows will be diverted to them. Okay, so market performance across the market cap, you look at the 2021 numbers. Okay, metals index itself has run up quite a bit. Okay, almost 50% they have given. Okay, look at the 1 year return, 3 year return, and 5 year return of Nifty 50, Nifty mid cap, and Nifty small cap. They have given phenomenal return in last 1 year. Okay, so in this period, some of the aggressive funds which are volatile, which have not done over a period of longer term, okay, you can actually exit for your clients. Okay, if you need any help to review these funds, feel free to contact your wealth manager. We will be assisting you to review your client's portfolio and give you a proper suggestion to manage their portfolio. Okay, so that help you can reach out to your wealth managers with your client's portfolio. They will be able to help you. Okay, because those analysis will come to my team, and we will be able to guide you properly on these activities. Okay, so if you have any queries around markets or clients portfolio, I'm happy to take that. Okay, that's all from my side on a market update. If you have any specific queries, I'm happy to address that. Srini?
So no questions from my side. I mean, I've gone
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the presentation
you might
once.
be.
Yeah, but if any of you have any, okay, we do have a couple of questions. One, Mr. Reddy has asked, what will be the impact of fungal infections on the market?
No, it won't have much impact on markets, for sure. It is not spreading the way people are talking. Okay, it's all WhatsApp news what we are getting, but it's a serious issue. Okay, to treat these patients, because we don't have sufficient what your clinical support for them. Okay, but it will not have any impact on market, trust me.
Also, one quick point about fungal infections. To the best of my knowledge, uh, it is not happening directly due to COVID. So, for example, people who are diabetic, they are more vulnerable to fungal infections. Similarly, a lot of unclean oxygen tanks, a lot of industrial oxygen is being diverted to hospitals right now, and they are not very hygienic. So, that is also leading to a rise in fungal infections. So, the rise in fungal infections, it will fall, and like Prasad said, it should not be a huge cause of concern.
Yeah,
uh, Mr. Sanjeev is asking, can you repeat the funds which we can advise to book profits if clients want?
balance advantage, category funds. Okay, it's not about fund, it's a category. Okay, balance advantage category, aggressive hybrid category, dynamic asset allocation. Balance advantage, dynamic asset allocation, both are same. Okay, you can definitely book profit for your clients. You can safeguard your clients' money
Okay,
because that money is
Prasad,
going to come back to you.
from our product deck, can you cite, suggest a few products that fall in this category if we have any of these products? Balance advantage.
No, we don't have aggressive allocation to balance advantage from our category because what
Okay.
we are saying, our product deck is in line with that. Okay, nowhere in a product deck aggressively we have suggested. Only in a certain SIPs we have hybrid fund, but it is not for a bulk allocation. In a bulk allocation, whatever portfolio we have, you name it, a street smart portfolio or a smart switch, we don't have these funds because we are staying away from these funds. We are not asking our clients to invest aggressively in this.
Mr. Sunil has asked, can we have one more session to understand, learn from you? Okay, Prasad, there are people who are very happy with your presentation. Uh, Sunil, okay, so can you tell specifically about what you want to learn? Because at this slot for the rest of this week, we will be like tomorrow we'll be doing insurance, then again Sanchay on Thursday and mutual funds on Friday. So that is our regular programming. Prasad is like a guest speaker here and he comes once in a few weeks. But if you have any specific topics that you want to understand, and if there are others like you, we can think of organizing a session, but not at 7:30, maybe some other time. Prasad, what do you think about real estate? This is a question from Ashish.
So real estate, see, real estate and infrastructure. I would not say only about real estate. Okay, real estate and infrastructure funds. Okay, when we say infrastructure funds, they will be having a real estate allocations as well. Okay, so you have to understand one thing. Even though government has announced a lot of capital expenditure. Okay, some people think that it is going to fly. Okay, infrastructure segment is going to fly, but as a layman person, okay, you have to understand what is the business model. Okay, you look at the construction of metros in your cities, you look at the construction of airports in your cities. Okay, there are so many unorganized labors are involved in this activity. Okay, when there is so many unorganized labors are involved in this activity. Okay, what happens, there is a leakage of money. Okay, they will not be able to properly account these. There will be a lot of loopholes when it comes to accounting of these activities. So I always suggest after the budget also, I have suggested that uh, stay away from infrastructure funds. Okay, the main reason is there is so many loopholes and leakages which is taking place in this segment. Okay, that is the main reason. Over to you, Srini.
Prasad, can you explain about the commodity segment again? This is a question from Lalit.
So commodity segment, as I told, see, there are certain reason, okay, why it shot up like this. This is the first time, this is the third time in last 50 years history, okay, where 50% of the commodities have shot up more than 50%. Okay, so similar way, if you look at the numbers in 2008 also it happened. Okay, in 72 crisis it happened. Similar way, it has come down in a same manner. Okay, right now if you have a client who are holding these segments like commodity space, okay, you should be booking profit in these funds in a gradual manner, not immediately. I'm not saying exit tomorrow, book 25% tomorrow, after week or month you book another 25%, because the way it has shot up, the way it has given you return, that similar way it is going to correct. Okay, it is from this table you can see that how it has corrected previously, and we expect that to happen this year also. Okay, yeah.
If the client wants to invest in aggressive five plus year mutual funds, what is the best choice in this situation? This is a question from Mr. Yadav.
No, we have a smart switch. That is the best way to build a long-term wealth.
So this is for aggressive 5+ year mutual funds.
Yes.
Okay. Would you recommend a regressive long-term mutual fund?
Yeah,
That is
that is also fine. See, when we say long term, okay, it's for 5+ years.
okay.
Okay, that is all our portfolios are very well placed. You look at the past performance and past returns, they have given a phenomenal returns. Okay, even though volatile markets. Okay.
So, Mr. Yadav, I will suggest I have shared the link earlier in the chat. Please go through our product deck for the current month. You will find all relevant information there. The next question is from Jishnu. For clients who want to invest for 1 year in mutual fund, which is the best scheme for them to get an average of 10% in the current market scenario?
So before addressing this query, okay, I would request everyone to go through our product deck. See, product deck, we prepare it with so much research-backed work. Okay, if you look at only first 10 slides, okay, if you are mainly focusing on mutual fund business, you understand these products. Okay, if you want any support, you contact your wealth manager, relationship manager. They will connect with a research team and we will be able to address your queries. Understand these products. Okay, there are only hardly 10-15 products for mutual funds. Okay, if you understand these products and how to place these products into your client's portfolio, you will make wonders with your client's portfolio. Trust me. Okay, many people don't know what they're selling, why they're selling, what is going to happen. They don't have any outlook. Okay, just based on certain news, certain what you call WhatsApp messages and all. Okay, if somebody is advising them, okay, they're selecting these funds. Okay, but we have our own research methodology which is backed by a lot of number games. Okay, based on that we have built this portfolio. I would request you to go through just 10 pages and understand these products, because once you understand these products, it will be very easy for you. It's like a butter walk, okay, for you to sell these products to your clients. Okay, we will definitely help you to pitch these products, how to pitch a couple of times initially. Okay, but definitely you will build a very good book of AUM with these products. And coming back to this question, can you repeat one more time, Srini?
For clients who want to invest for 1 year in mutual funds and get 10% in the current market scenario, what would you recommend?
No, I would not recommend any equity fund for 1 year time frame. Okay, if your return expectation is 10%, okay, right now you look at the Nifty, it is almost near to all-time high of 14,400. Okay, we are trading at 14,200. There might be volatility. Okay, your time horizon should be more than 3 years to be in a equity funds. Definitely you will make much more than 10%. Okay, if you are holding for 3 years, next 3 years, you might make more than 14% year on year CAGR. But immediately next 1 year for 10%, I don't have any funds, because we see a lot of volatility coming into the market. Okay, market might go up from here onwards for next 6 months. Okay, it might definitely go up for next 6 months due to higher liquidity. As I told, patient is there, good doctors are around, which is supporting the economy. Okay, as I told in the initial conversation. Okay, but there are certain pains in the economy which will start coming out once liquidity eases in the economy. Definitely there are so many pains related to small scale, medium scale, their business, loan moratorium. Okay, so many people are not able to pay the loan. Okay, NPA might shoot up in the economy. Okay, government borrowing may shoot up in the economy, fiscal deficit may increase in the economy. Okay, that will add volatility to the market. Okay, right now market is not going down because of liquidity. Okay, but definitely there are pains. Once liquidity eases in the economy, you will start seeing the pain in the economy. That is the time market will correct. Okay, when that will happen, we don't know, but at that time we will come out with a new strategy how to manage your client's portfolio. Right now the strategy is stay away with stay tuned with equities. It's not a time to exit equity.
Okay, Prasad, we have about 15 minutes to go and a lot of questions. So
Yeah,
I think
sure, sure.
next. So okay, for, Simranjit is asking for the next 3 years, should you go for hybrid debt or equity?
Definitely equity.
Okay. Mohan is asking, what about IT sector growth, especially with HCL Tech, views on Tata Motor and pharma sector like Sun Pharma stock?
No, stock wise, I'll not talk. Okay, specific stock wise, I'll not speak. Okay, but understand one thing. We have technology fund in our street smart portfolio. Why we included
IT and pharma.
IT and pharma? We both have. Okay, why we have included? See, due to COVID second wave and first wave, government is spending aggressively. Okay, so when government spending increases, the physical deficit of the government increases. When physical deficit increases, okay, rupee tend to depreciate. Okay, right now rupee is at 73. That is the new normal. Okay, it is not going back to 63 level. Nowhere it is going back, because physical deficit has increased for government. We don't have exact number yet. Okay, but it is expected to increase further due to this COVID second wave as well. Okay, so rupee is going to depreciate, dollar is going to appreciate. When dollar appreciates, the revenue what we are getting into dollar terms, okay, IT segment and pharma companies are also main exporters. Okay, in this emergency, COVID emergency, okay, medical emergency, they are exporting aggressively and they are also getting revenue in terms of dollar. So these two segments are going to do really well in next 1 to 2 years. Their profit is going to fold multiple times, no doubt. Okay, net profit. They are going to report a good set of numbers in next couple of years, and they are going to do really well, no doubt in that. Yeah, Srini.
Next question is from Mr. Reddy. What do you think about the electronic vehicles market? What will be the impact?
No, I don't have any view because Indian market is very small when it comes to electronic vehicles. Okay, we don't have any concrete numbers or concrete plan. Until unless aggressive push is coming from government, it is not going to happen in a larger scale.
Actually, Prasad, in the last budget, if you recall, the government did announce some tax benefits for electric vehicles, and a
But
lot of
no, no, I have checked. Okay, there are certain they have announced, but what they are passing it on to the consumers, it is very less. It is very minimal. Right now, the cost is higher for these vehicles. Okay, and in that, see, when you can buy a Creta kind of a vehicle on a petrol or diesel at 14 lakhs, a similar vehicle with the electric setup,
Nexon,
it will
Tata
be,
Nexon is much higher, for example.
yeah, similar product. I'm just saying this one. Creta, Hyundai Creta. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
similar product with a electronic setup is costing almost 25% more than this. Okay, in that 10% they are giving it back. Still, it is much more expensive. So that is what I'm saying. Until unless a aggressive push and large scale benefit, production benefit comes to the market, it is not going to have a significant impact.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Bishwajit. Will there be a recession in the next 10 years?
No, I don't have any view on that.
Okay. Being from different background, how can we build trust with clients regarding investments in markets? This is a question from
Understand the
Mahesh.
understand the product. Why we build this product, what it is going to do with your client's portfolio. You understand 15 products in our product deck. Okay, understand it. If you have doubts, connect with our research team. They will be able to explain it properly. Do a thorough see how kids are doing education. Okay, they are concentrating, they are multiple times visiting same chapter, understanding that chapter and doing well in exam, right? A similar strategy applies to you as well. You understand the product first. Okay, once you understand, you will do wonders, because for kids they have to learn new chapter every year. For you, it is a one chapter which will make career for you. Okay, you will be expert in that. Understand the product, you will do wonders with your clients portfolio.
Okay. Shahid is asking for short-term return. Which sector can be looked at? Can you look into?
I would not say short term, because we are here to manage clients portfolio in a systematic manner. Okay, we are not here to trade. See, somebody is coming to you to double the money in next 6 months. We are not taking that money. Why we are here? We are managing in a systematic manner. For short term, we always advise debt funds, okay, to safeguard. See, our focus is safeguarding the money and growing it with a better returns. Okay, risk adjusted better returns. We are not here to double the money in next 6 months or 4 months. Okay, that is one thing.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Rajkumar. How how and what will be the future of auto industry, especially four wheeler?
No, they will
And
do really well. They will do really well,
okay.
no doubt.
Uh, yeah. So for the next
It's a,
question, I'm sorry, we'll have to quickly go through because you have a lot of questions coming.
yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, Mr. Sunil, Prasad, do you want to speak about again? Let's say in about 2 minutes, can you speak about upcoming risks? What sector should you avoid, and where should you start investing? Again, since we can't do an entire session on that.
Okay, so I told you right now there is no risk for next 6 months until unless there is a liquidity. Okay, equity markets are very, very well placed to take advantage of that. Okay, definitely there are pains in the economy. As I told, there is a government spending is happening, physical deficit is going up, rupee is depreciating. Okay, so those pains will come out once the support of liquidity goes out. Okay, that's why I took an example of patient and doctor. Okay, so right now he's in ICU, best doctors are treating him, there is a hope and he's recovering. Once he come back to the home, patient, there will be a lot of pains. Okay, he has to he will take his own time to adjust and come to the normalcy. That will same thing will happen with the economy as well. Okay, yeah.
Okay, next question. We have 12 more. Okay, from Lalit, what is the best sector to invest for year return? I think year long return. I think that's what he's.
Year long return, our street smart portfolio where we have IT, pharma and banking sector, banking and financial sector.
Okay, Mahesh is asking, once we get a prospect for investment, can we directly get in touch with research manager for team to suggest investment?
No, you have to go through your relationship manager. Okay, they will be able to connect with my
Yes,
team.
Mr. Sambhaji Pawar, yes, please ask questions. Everyone is asking questions. Mohan is asking a good question. Is there any model equity portfolio?
No, we don't have model equity portfolios. We don't deal with direct equities.
Okay. Mr. Pawar is asking, is the Indian market overvalued or undervalued?
See, right now, all the global markets are running very high due to liquidity. Okay, we will come to know about overvaluation and undervaluation once liquidity dries. Okay, understand one simple thing. Okay, there is only one product when you go to the market. Okay, there is only one phone available with a one seller. Okay, which is very good phone. Okay, you have 10 rupees, another guy is having 100 rupees, another guy is having 1000 rupees. Okay, so in these three, the most probable person who is going to buy that is a 1000 rupees guy, because he will definitely quote higher price than what you are quoting, right? So that is what happening in the market. Liquidity is available, person who's having more liquid amount, he is betting for a higher price, he's demanding shares for a higher price. Okay, that is what happening.
Does the inflation affect the savings in the United States? This is a question from
Definitely,
Ash.
definitely it will affect, but not in a very, very significant manner, because amo- the the amount of money they created, it's enormous. Okay, every country, including India, globally, we will have inflation pressure once liquidity dries up. Okay, money will be dried up, but price will be higher side for commodities, for other services and all. So that will affect. Okay, that's what I said. Once liquidity dries, there will be a lot of pains which will come out for every economy. But right now, it is not going to come out until unless liquidity is there.
One related fact about the U.S. economy is that the world trade happens in U.S. dollars, which means that even if India has to trade with Pakistan, India, we need U.S. dollars. So basically, the U.S. economy can keep pumping nearly unlimited amounts of money because there are countries who will take that. Okay, am I right, Prasad?
Yeah, it's called a reserve currency. US currency is
Correct.
called reserve currency, where all the gold trade, oil trade is happening into US dollars. So countries will demand these money.
Yeah, on the odd occasion, like countries may do enter into an arrangement of barter. I think India had entered into an arrangement with Iran for oil or something, to when the dollar was getting very expensive. But that's one advantage about the US dollar being a reserve currency. Okay, we have a question, and I think Prasad, you have answered that. But can you briefly explain it again? How do you book profit or continue in the current stock market since it's at an all-time high?
No, right now we are not suggesting booking profit for equity holders. What we are suggesting is a book profit under balance advantage fund, aggressive hybrid funds, and dynamic asset allocations. Okay, because these funds have not done anything for long-term investors. Only in recent 1 year they have given a phenomenal return due to 70% allocation to equity. Okay, but when see dynamically managed fund is for whenever equity markets are higher side, they increase the debt allocation. Whenever equity valuations are lower side, they increase the equity allocation by reducing the debt allocation. But in India it is not so well dynamically managed. Okay, I have not seen any fund which is giving very good return over a longer period of time. It is a very good time for you to exit these funds. But other than that, we are not suggesting any large cap, mid cap, small cap exiting at this level.
Okay, Prasad. Our next question is, do you have any view on lubricant and batteries investment for next 3 years? And we are almost at the end, so can you quickly go through
No,
all
no,
the
no.
sectors?
I don't have any view on that. Sorry.
For long-term investment, which sector would be advisable? Again, I think you have answered it, but can you again briefly answer it?
No, for long-term investors, I would not suggest any sector. It is only categories like large cap, mid cap, okay, multi cap, focus fund. These are the categories where your majority of the portion as an investment should go. Because if you look at the long-term history, okay, sometime many people are having a wrong perception that if I hold small cap and mid cap, I am a high risk taker and my return should be higher side. But look at the numbers and data. Okay, it is always large cap which has given a consistent better return over a longer period of time. Okay, because India is having 9,000 crore SIP book. In that, 65% of the 70% of the money goes into focus fund and large cap funds. So there is always money available for these segments. Srini.
Okay. Um, we don't do any advice on stocks, correct?
Yeah, individual stocks, we don't do any advice.
Okay, so that takes care of Mr. Reddy's question. Nivesh has another. Again, we don't have any view on lubricant and batteries investment market. Sorry. Palash is asking a question. Healthcare funds, future from now. Which healthcare fund is best one for the coming decade?
No, I would not see. That's what I said. Coming decade means it's a long term. Okay. All this thematic fund, healthcare or IT, they will go through their own cycle. Okay. So I would not suggest any sectoral fund for a long term wealth creation. Okay. It's a tactical call. You have to buy, you have to hold 1 year, 2 year, depending on a economic situation, and you have to exit. If you are holding any sectoral fund for next 10 years, it is not going to create any wealth for you.
Okay. So yeah, I think we have answered all questions, and we have uh, we have reached the end of today's session.
Yeah.
Before we conclude, we would like to launch a quick poll. Again, as always, please tell us if you found this session useful by participating in this poll.
Yeah, please,
Please.
guys, because it will help us to understand how we have done. Okay, is there any new data points, new thing you want as a training and all? Okay, so please participate and vote for this poll so that we can improve better in future activities.
Thank you, Mohan. We hope you liked it. Please participate in this poll and tell us what you thought about today's session. We will keep it on for another 15 seconds or so. Thank you, Sunil. We are glad that you liked it. If you have any specific queries which were not answered right now, you can either reach out directly to your relationship manager and he or she will forward us the question, or you can reach out directly to me. I am there in every WhatsApp group. I will also be sharing my phone number and email address in case anyone needs it. Okay, we will keep this poll on for another. Okay, all right. So, Prasad, any final thoughts? Would you like to summarize your presentation before we end?
Yeah, as I told, this is the time not to exit any equity funds for your clients. Okay, you can do justice to your client's portfolio by rejigging at this level, advising them accumulate more at this stage because markets are not going down due to liquidity. Okay, that is going to support the markets at a lower side. So be confident. Tell your clients it's a time to accumulate equities. This is the time to actually accumulate and stay long on equities. You will see a very good time for next at least a couple of years.
All right. So, with that, on that note, I think we can
Yeah.
end today's session. Thank you, everyone, for participating, sharing your questions, and sharing your feedback about today's session. Again, India is still not out of danger yet. Corona is still raging across the country. So, wherever you are, please follow
Stay
all
safe.
precautions and stay safe. Just one quick update. Tomorrow, we will be, for those of you who have joined the platform recently, to help you close your first transaction, we will be doing a session on insurance tomorrow, followed by a guaranteed income product on Thursday, and finally a session on mutual funds on Friday. If you have any feedback about what kind of sessions we should do, Mr. Sunil, we will be sharing the link with you uh, on WhatsApp. I will also be sharing the link on every WhatsApp group around 7:30. Okay, but it should be the same link as what you got yesterday. Okay, in case you don't get the link. So yeah. So with that, I think we can end today's session.
Yep.
If you have any requests for what kind of sessions we should do in future, and since a lot of people like Prasad session, we will be, I think, doing this once in a few weeks. Every time there is some major update in the market. Okay, so yeah, that's it from us. Thank you for attending.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.